Thanks, Scott. There has been a lot of focus on the fumbled rollout of healthcare.gov.
But a Senate committee today sought to examine ways to successfully roll out the small business exchanges under Obamacare. Most Democrats have tried to remain optimistic about the troubles, but today in the Committee on Small Business, Idaho Senator and Ranking Member Jim Risch took some sharp jabs, stirring into the whole health care overall. Rich also said trying to point out the positive of Obamacare is, quote, like trying to apply lipstick to a pig.
Democratic State Senator Brandon Durst is quitting the Idaho legislature months after he began spending much of his time in Washington state. Durst says he was resigning to focus on his family's needs. His wife took a job as a teacher in the Seattle area earlier this year. In September, he acknowledged his Boise home was largely empty, though he still had a bed there.
In 2 days, the country will officially mark one of the darkest days in our history. On November 22nd, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was shot while riding in his motorcade through the streets of Dallas. Idaho Senator Frank Church and his wife Bethine knew the Kennedys well, and now 50 years later, Bethine remembers the man and his legacy. Bethine recalled how Kennedy traveled to Idaho to support Church's re-election and ended up getting the scare of his life when he left the state.
We got a plane for him, and the plane nearly crashed. And the president said afterwards, "Well, you nearly got me that time."
Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, Bethine Church shares more personal stories of President John F. Kennedy.
A mobster who hid out in Idaho for more than a decade has been convicted in a string of federal charges. Enrico Ponzo was found guilty of numerous crimes, including the attempted murder of a New England mob boss. Ponzo fled the Boston area to avoid prosecution in the mid-90s. He was arrested, you might remember, in early 2011 at a home in Marsing. Sentencing is set for early March.
More technology is heading to our local jails. It could help keep the crime rate down while actually lowering costs for the jail. Mike Sharp got a sneak peek at a new program today and joins us live in the studio with the story.
Inmates are getting access they never had at the Ada County Jail, and visits aren't just about friends and family anymore.
Now, for me to be able to support something like this, you surround yourself with great people. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Obviously, we're having some technical difficulties. We'll be right back.